She had Steve Harvey on the show. He wrote some book. It's for women, but it's about men.
You know, I thought Steve Harvey was kind of my nigga, but...
Me too.
What? You two what?
I didn't say anything.
Just tell me exactly what he says in the book.
A whole bunch of shit.
Think Like a Man is an updated version of the Battle of the Sexes. A tactical relationship guide, going from book to movie, giving women insight into the motivations of men. We're losing ground here, fellas. It's no wonder they felt betrayed. So whether you're a female that wants to think like Mr. Right, or just a guy curious to see if Steve got it right,
Family Feud?
check it out.
He doing something to bust like that?
Check it out. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe to become a hood figure. That way, you can recommend what movies I should do next. But for now, check it out. What's it about? This movie is based on a book by Steve Harvey titled Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. As a romantic comedy, Think Like a Man is about guys finding out that the women that they're dating are all reading the same relationship book. The fellas then pretend to be the ideal version of each of the ladies' dream guy to better foster a relationship. But the guys can only fake it so much until they have to be it. So, check it out. So let's talk about the characters. So the characters in this movie were more like archetypes for their pattern of behaviors more than individuals. Such as Dominic the Dreamer, who's in perpetual motion, but he's never going anywhere. He's full of it, and I ain't just talking about hope. Jeremy is Mr. Non-Committer. This archetype is cousin to the player with his fear of commitment. What separates him is he's conquering single individuals one at a time, treating you just like one of the guys.
So you're saying oh my God, I'm one of the boys, except I have a vagina.
Michael was the mama's boy of the bunch. Basically a nicer version of Tyrese's baby boy. He's a cool, clean-cut gentleman. But remember, he's gonna put his mama first. And if you're paying attention, it's evidence that he ain't grew up yet.
What? I'm not saying it like that. I am. It's like that.
Zeke is the player or the king of the one-night stands. Unlike Mr. Non-Committer, the player's goal is to conquer as many women simultaneously.
I'd like to skip dinner and get...
Benny was the happily married guy who didn't want the smoke or consequences of being those other guys. Cedric was the jaded soon-to-be divorced guy. With sage-like advice, Cedric gave me vibes like Scrooge from A Christmas Carol's ghost, like he was the ghost of failed marriages past, haunting single spirits. But let's get on these women real quick. What type of female archetypes did we have? Candace, as a single mother, is attracted to the mama boy archetype. She's been hit up and left with baggage. Sweet as can be, but just know, the kid comes first. Kristen is the girl who wants a ring, damn near demands it. She's a nice nasty type, you know, a real alpha chick. A dominant, not domestic, reluctant leader who always wants more from a relationship she feels she owns. Lauren was the woman who's her own man. She's the sister of the girl who wants a ring. She's bossy, strong, independent, and lonely.
I'm a PhD. Okay.
Lauren was interested in Dominic.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about me.
Maya is the chirp chirp girl.
A what?
Girl. I mean, the 90-day rule girl. She's not looking for hookups anymore. She's physically exquisite, but as a chirp chirp girl, everybody knows she's going. She get flown out, not doors opened. But now she making Zeke wait 90 days. Like the JJ gonna get rejuvenated during that time. I don't know. Check it out. What I see. The premise of this movie is presented early through the music of James Brown, letting us know that it may be a man's world in how we think, but all that is voided without our women. Try to understand, regardless of what men want, we have a genetic predisposition to procreate. This movie is simply about the different types of men and how they advance in achieving that goal. The book the movie is based on doesn't contain forbidden knowledge, just information women have consorted with each other for. Don't get it twisted. Men want women, and women have a desire to be wanted. That's how most of us got here, you know. Steve just wants you ladies out there to ask yourself, when you're dating a guy, is he a contender? Does he have extra baggage? Maybe you the baby mama and you the extra baggage. I'm just saying, consider these things is what Steve wants you to do. The mission should be is to get a man to go from your boyfriend to your man to your husband. Or to at least get him to consider it. And to get all that, you know what they don't have to be? An alpha man or a high value man. Girl, if you don't get you a regular, standard man, that's what you probably deserve. Check it out. So the lessons from this movie are delivered as quips from Steve Harvey himself, most of them at least. pretty much noting from his book,
Steve said
Lesson.
you have to set the requirements very high before you even get in the car, because you don't want to become.
What does a man have to do to stand next to you, obtain you, smash you, take you out on a date and be with you, you know? Do you have standards that you require a man to have?
Did you hear that? Listen, men respect women who have standards.
Lesson.
Just get
If
some.
you got standards, make the necessary adjustments to increase your outcome, you know what I mean? Maybe some of y'all gotta lower your standards. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all gotta raise them, but do what you do. Lesson. Don't wait too long to like a picture, follow back, smash, or invest in the man that you want. Make your intentions clear. Lesson.
Because Steve says, don't hate the player.
Change the game.
Us fellas just gotta play accordingly. You want us to play different? Present different parameters.
I'm just saying, all this waiting for better, it's making me
Lesson.
bitter.
Don't become bitter waiting on better. So while you got them high standards and ain't nobody rocking with you like that, don't become the bitter lady with 3 cats and everything. Don't do that. That's a disservice to yourself.
So this is why you need to get the book, because it has a whole chapter on it. Getting the respect that you deserve. The 90-day rule. Are you high? Who is waiting 90 days?
Lesson. Ladies, y'all control access to the cookies. I ain't saying do no 90-day probation period, but you just can't be giving it away. Make a brother wait for it. You know what I mean? Or at least earn it. Just don't give it away, man. Anything you give away must be, like, of little value. So, trick us and make us believe that what you got is valuable somehow, some way. Lesson. Ask their views on relationship goals. What are some of yours? What are some of theirs? Compare and contrast, and then do what you will with the information.
What are your views on relationships? Or your long-term goals? Either one.
Lesson. There's no such thing as a perfect guy. You gotta compromise with us. Some of us nice as hell. Some of us ain't shit with big dicks. Some of us get money and don't know how to manage it properly. I'm just saying, ladies, whoever you yoke yourself up with, know that they ain't perfect and probably will never be.
There's no such thing as the perfect man. You have to compromise on something. What do you have to lose? My youth?
Anyway, check it out. When you see it, this movie is framed for the ladies, but shows more of the spectrum of realities for men. The plot wants to try to frame Steve's book as a portrayal of manhood in some way, but the book isn't even giving away privileged secrets, as much as it's displaying relationship cliches to overcome. I'm so glad they made a moment in the movie showing a woman having had learned a lesson, you know, just to influence other ladies to do the same, you know? Which is why I appreciated seeing Lauren and Dominic's storyline unfold. Unintentionally though, I think we saw the results of not learning how to get a man by Jennifer Lewis, who played Michael's mom. We see that if ladies aren't paired with a partner, they can always have threesomes with the Lord and a preacher. Amen.
Deacon Johnson?
What makes this a great movie for couples is that Harvey doesn't really want women to think like men, but to know how we think, in order for women to get what they want, which is productive consistency, respect, and a ring. But for men, besides sex, I believe the goal of dating is marriage. So being the married guy takes being the most secure. Because there's a lot of FOMO, you know, fear of missing out, that leaves you with the perspective that you're bored. Although it's not a lot of excitement being married when compared to your single friends or social media. However, there is consistency, reliability, actual love, and theoretically, trust to come home to, which is kind of dope when you think about it. Which is something that's abstract when dating, which is why we see Gary as the punchline or the butt of the jokes. However, he's the least stressed and the most satisfied. I'm just saying, think about it and then check it out.
Hey, Mike, how old is your mom?
What? So in closing, in relationships, double standards only negatively affect homosexuals.
And you know what? If I were a man, being the youngest COO of a Fortune 500 company would actually be a good thing. Women would flock. Yeah, but men flee. When you leave
Double standards actually serve as guidelines or parameters for gender roles. And the expectation of attractiveness by mimicking the attributes of the opposite sex is homoerotic, not a double standard. My suggestion would be to follow whatever nature dictates. But while you got me talking, hanging out with all dudes is somewhat sus behavior anyway. And I get money, but being around hard legs constantly and consistently, it's kind of funny, man.
Don't be mad at me because I got a wife at the house. That means sometimes I can't hang out all night with you guys. Like I go home early, then that's what I gotta do. Just saying.
But back on subject. Don't let your friends mess up your relationships with what they would do. Just know that if you don't respond the way Gary Owens did to prioritize your marriage, you'll end up with a jaded view of marriage, consisting of 3 rings.
What do you call the 3 rings of marriage? No clue. The engagement ring, wedding ring, and the suffering.
If it's corny coming home to a marriage, why be married? That's just selfish, just wanting somebody to be there for you and not reciprocate. Nonetheless, an unfortunate reality is all warfare is based on deception. It's no holds barred when it comes to love and war. And in fact, all is fair and allowed. People have always and will always do whatever it takes to survive affairs of the heart, which is why marriage is the best option, only for the mentally healthy and the genuinely mature. I stand on the fact that this is a solid date movie, loaded with heavy-hitting black stars. Damn near everybody was in here, man. Wendy Williams, Chris Brown, Carrie Hilson, Lala Anthony, Morris Chestnut, Kelly Rowland, Sherry Shepard, Tika Sumter, Melissa Ford, Bruce, J. Anthony Brown, Lunel, Tony Rock, Matt Barnes, Lisa Leslie, Meta World Peace, Ron Artest, and I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple more people that was in it. And Will Packer produced it, and he made a little cameo in it too. Like, so many people was in here. Name somebody in this movie that I didn't name real quick. But anyway, as always, I'm Fox. This is Check It Out. Let me know any lessons I missed in the comments. Check It Out Hood Reviews is an official black-owned business. Hitting that like, sharing, and subscribing is the least expensive way to show your support, man. And I appreciate that when y'all do. As usual, like, share, and subscribe so the big homie can survive. Y'all be cool, be safe, and remember, choose wisely out there, man. Hey, go them extras.
I have to lower my standards to get a man. Who does that?
I'm sorry. Now what, man?
The Chris Brown running joke, funny as hell to me. I laughed every time he popped up in that thing, messing up her name. Pro tip here. It's gonna work for the ladies and the guys. Be indirect when shooting your shot. They know what the goal is. Just don't be obvious. Use your charm, wit, interest, or situational awareness for a conversation. And then, the example Steve gave about wait 90 days, with a job, they give you like partial benefits before you get the full benefit package. I'm just saying. Ladies, if you finna make a brother wait, y'all gotta bring back foreplay. When this movie got released, it knocked the Hunger Games out its 4-week run, opening at the #1 spot. Ladies, expectation versus entitlement. Look, ladies, you should believe in whatever type of man you want. Just know that you don't have a right to any particular man that you want. You feel me? Moving on. Let's get them questions out the way. Question: is it unethical to lie or imply falsely in order to meet someone's standards? Just faking it till you make it work in relationships? Do we ever even see Gary Owens' wife in this movie? Was that a transgender joke by Kevin Hart when he was introducing Steve Harvey's book?
We have been betrayed by one of our own. A man. I'm talking about a man with a penis. Someone who should know better.
Hey, did y'all peep? This movie kept taking shots at Tyler Perry, from the 4 Color Girls wrap-up to how they generalized his film.
Okay, so I was thinking maybe we could go see the new Tyler Perry movie. You know, the one where the guy's like mean to his girlfriend, and the nice guy comes and rescues her, and at the end they go find Jesus.
Were those shots accurate? And how about this? Does black love exist without going through and conquering hardships by way of Jesus? Is that the only model for current black relationships on film? I'm just asking. So Michael Ealy was the complete opposite in this from who he played in 4 Color Girls. I ain't never seen 4 Color Girls. I'm probably gonna have to see that.
Some crazy guys throws his kids out the window. You good? Can we part?
To my hood figures with businesses out there, in the spirit of Claude Anderson, reach out to me if you like your product sponsored here. Help me help us practice hood economics. Let's help that black dollar grow. Look, before I go, these reviews are made possible with contribution from hood figures and OGs like yourself. And for that, I say thank you. It's appreciated in a real way. If you like this channel and would like to see it grow, you too can support it. Down below is a way you can donate. And at the very least, like, subscribe, share my shit. I'm out your ear, man. It's been a pleasure.
Some bald-headed man on a book telling me that I am strong and independent, honey. That's a given.
But you forgot lonely.
You are a bitch.
You don't need a man, Lauren. You are a man. Happy belated birthday. For you.
They all start out happy. See, but here's when it gets real. When you wake up in the morning, you go in the living room and you catch her pissing inside of your Jordans.
Don't listen to him, Mike. Relationships are beautiful. Just saying.
So, Lauren, tell me more about yourself. What do you do?
I'm a PhD.
Okay, congratulations.